Morning, and as the title suggests, I'm going to do the Brembo brakes on my GSX S 1000. Fully faired, doesn't make any difference, but the Brembo, and I'll just crack these off because they're a bit tight, just so I can keep my hands out of the way of what I'm doing. So these, I had a quick look at them when I cleaned the pistons a few weeks back, and they look about the easiest brake pads to change. There's no springs, no pins, no nothing. Right, just tilt that side to side just to move them pistons back a little bit and pull it out. There we go. Filthy pistons, Brembo brake. There's still a bit of life on those, but my brake fluid reservoir is getting a bit low. And on the, I'm sure on the EBC brakes, which are going back in, and they state on the back, inspect brake pads regularly and replace when 2mm of friction material remains on the backing plate. Brake fade occurs more easily on worn pads. Which, I don't know whether that's a sales gimmick, because, well, I don't know whether you can see, yeah, somewhere there, there's only 4mm of brake pad material on there, so to take it down to 2, you're only using 50% of it. So as I say, I don't know whether that's a sales gimmick or not. Let's move these pistons back a bit. There you go. No clips, no nothing. They just come out. And it does seem very wasteful. But as I say, my pistons are so far out, they need a good clean. What am I on? 4,000 miles? Let me just check that. Okay, so the bike's done 5,400 miles, and I got it when it had only done 400 miles, so these have got to be the original discs, pads in fact, and I don't know whether you can see that, but that's just on 3mm of material. Well, I was going to change the pads, but there's 3mm left on these. So if I've only used 1mm in 5,000 miles, I've got another 5,000 miles to go on these. So may have bought these prematurely. And I'll tell you why I bought them. A while back, I looked at selling, trading this bike in, and getting a different bike. And then I dropped my light and knocked everything everywhere. Yeah, so I was looking at trading it in for a different bike, and they said to me, because of the minimal friction material on the brakes, they couldn't give me full price. That tin's empty. Informing me there was 3mm left. So I went out. Well, the deal didn't go through because of lack of information, and lack of communication, should I say. And they didn't offer me enough for the bike. I think they offered me 6,500, and I wanted minimum 6,900. And I'll tell you, it was up against an immaculate GSX, GSX 1400, which I've had before, but mine was ex-crash and repaired, single seat, and I didn't have the time or the money at the time to sort stuff out, so I sold that on. Doubled my money on it, which the missus was happy because it meant we could buy sofas. She never did thank me. That looks better. Yeah, so on the strength of them telling me that I only had 3 mil left on my brake pads, I went and got, just pump that, see if I can pump them out by holding it. That's a bit better. I can see the line of dirt. So as long as that's pronounced, or proud of the body of the caliper, I can get in there and clean the shit off. Yes, on the strength of them saying there was only 3 mil left, I went and bought some new pads. And I bought me EBC pads, and sure enough on the back it said when you're down to 2 mil, you should change them. And it's like, is that sales pitch, or, you know, are they truly worried about my safety? Wouldn't 1 mil still be okay? You've still got the slot in between, which I presume is for, I don't know, water or dirt coming off the pads and having somewhere to channel away, or heat dissipation. I don't really know, to be honest. But yes, even at 1 mil, it would still have some of that, because obviously the central groove goes down to the backing plate. So you could go down to 1 mil. And as I say, these are at 3 mil. Still, and that was a couple of months ago now that I went to try and buy a different bike. So, and they're still at 3 mil. In fact, they're closer to 3.5 mil. So, I don't know what tool he used for measuring them, but this is what I mean about these. There's no pin. There's a clip at the top, which is spring loaded, which you push against. I've definitely made that sound easier. That's it. It was just pushing the pad up a little bit, and you have to get it quite square to get it in there. But as I say, there's no pins, no clips that fall out, no nothing. You just knock them out and then shove them back in. It's quite a good caliper. Let's push them back in a bit. So yes, on the strength of that, I brought pads. It has made me more vigilant about looking out for the pad wear and everything. It just seemed there was like a lot of piston showing, and Obviously with the worse weather coming on, I don't want there you go, that was easier, wasn't it? Straight in. So you've got a recess. You ain't going to see that. Master the zoom. You see it up the top there. A little recess where the nipple, that's me, this little lug here, where are you? Oh, this is so awkward. That lug there just sits into a recess up there, and as I say, you just push against the clip at the top, that one there, off them into those recesses, and that's it, it's done. All back together. So that can go back on the bike. But yes, as I say, because I was fed this information, there's still a bit of copper slip on these. Because I was fed that information, it was like, oh, do I need pads? I suppose I'm lucky to be in the position of having a bit of extra, a little bit of pocket money that I can just buy this stuff. Yeah, never used to. Used to be a very poor person, very poor person. Yeah, so anyway, I bought the pads, and as I found out, since, what did it go in at? It's about 4,000 miles I've done on the bike, so I've done another 1,400, 1,500 miles since, and I'm still at 3 mil. I'll obviously check the other side and give it a clean. Let's back you off a bit. Yeah, I'll obviously check the other side and give that a clean and everything, and I'll check the back ones as well. And this wants to be about that much. That feels about right. That's why I always use the short ones. You can't really, you can over torque them, but just to have that feel. But yes, that's that one done. Let's pump the pads back out. Nice lever, nice lever, cool. But yes, misinformed by a garage. Obviously they want to sell it on. Why they can't sell it on with 3 mil of brake lining, I don't know. Because I'm fairly sure, and I might just be my usual cynical self here, but I'm fairly sure they're not going to change the pads, because that would cost them money and lose them profit. So with a 3 mil pad, you know, I don't know. Anyone out there know? Anyone in the bike industry, the sales industry? Are you okay to sell a bike with 3 mil? Get that up on my ramp and everything. So fortunate. I can't believe how lucky I am at the moment. Of course, I have to take the screen off because my low height shed. But yes, does anyone know out there? Is it acceptable to sell a bike through a bike shop, a used bike through a bike shop with 3 mil of brake lining left? being that they only come with 4mm, it's not terrible, is it? The bike is. Look at the state of it. Disgusting. And so I'll check the back one as well. Check the tyres, grease the chain. It's all very sticky. Look at that globule on there. Oh, and a drip. Still holding the camera. Oh. Oh no, that's alright. I thought the pin had come out where the pin's that end. So that's alright. So yes, if anyone does know, 3mm, can you sell a second-hand bike with 3mm of brake pad left? But yes, I was penalised on the price they would give me for the bike, and I thought at the time it's just sales flannel. But not being sure how much brake lining comes on a brand new pad at that particular moment in time, because I'd never measured them, and 3mm sounds very little, especially in comparison to 10mm, which is probably what you get on a car brake pad, or 7.6, I don't know. But yes, new ones for the bikes. Well, these EBC ones, I think when I measured that they were 4mm. 4mm of wear material, and as I say, I've got 3mm on there. So anyway, the video that was going to be changing pads has turned into me waffling on about how a bike shop screwed me again. Not having much luck. Anyway, there you go. I've cleaned that one. I'm going to move on to the other one, and we'll see how much that's got. Well, we won't. I will. If there's anything to report back, I'll do it in a minute. I don't think there's going to be. It's fairly even. Yes. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. As I say, if someone's in the know, let us know. And then I can argue my corner if I ever go to trade it in. But oh, I gave it a handful. I give it handfuls every day, but particularly big handfuls the other day, and oh Jesus, the pickup on it is just immense. Immense. From sort of I was on a German autobahn, obviously. The pickup from sort of 90 to 140, it's just, oh, it's awesome. Anyway, I have got some love for the bike now, and I'll be hanging on to it. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again. Ta-ra.